video is about the technical requirements for the Duolingo English test. For Duolingo English test, you need to have the latest version of Chrome or Opera and a strong internet connection. But sometimes your test is interrupted because of some technical reasons, and you get a pop-up notification from Duolingo team that your test has been interrupted because a supervisor has found something wrong with your test. Most of the time you don't understand what happened, but that is because there is some problem with your browser or with your Windows setting, which you need to fix before you start the test. Also, there are some other things you need to take care of when you are doing your test online. So let's go through all the technical things you need to check before you start your test. Over here I have the browser settings checklist. So first of all, you need to have an internet connection, which should be really good. Most of us rely on our Wi-Fi, but if there are other people using the Wi-Fi, then you might get poor signals for your test. That is why it is much better to have an internet wire plugged into your computer directly from your Wi-Fi device. This is the best way to ensure that you will get the signals you want for your test. Secondly, you need to enable your speakers and microphones before you start the test. Make sure your speakers and microphones are fully enabled. You can go to the speaker icon on your desktop and click it, right click it, and then open sounds. Here you will see the option of sounds. You go to recording and then you will see the microphone. You can double click it to see the microphone, and then you go to levels, and then you can find out what the level of volume is on your microphone. So you can increase the volume or you can decrease it from here. You can fully enable it, but then it will become very sensitive to the sounds around. So I guess you can keep it to around 75 to 80. So that should work fine. And same is true for the speakers. If you enable them fully, then it will be really, really loud. So just make sure that it's not too loud, because then you'll get a headache, of course, right? In my case, I kept it between 75 to 80%. Another good way to test the volume setting is to attempt the practice test before you do the actual test, because by doing the practice test you will know if your browser is supported, and also you will know about the volume levels, if they are good or not. Another thing is there should be no extensions in your browser. Disable them all, right? So the main thing is extensions and pop-ups that can interrupt your test, and they will if they are there. So if you have your extensions on in your browser, then your test will definitely be interrupted, and then you'll have to retake the test. So make sure you have no extensions on in your browser. To turn off the extensions, you can go to your browser. In my case, this is Chrome. Then you go to settings, and on the left side of the page you will see the extensions. So you can just click that and then click the toggle button to remove all these extensions. They will be here, but for the sake of the test you can turn them off, and later you can turn them on if you like. So this is how we can get rid of those extensions. The second thing you have to do is to block the pop-ups. There should be no pop-ups or redirects at all. So you go to the settings again and then hit privacy and security on the left side of the page. That will bring you to a page where you will see pop-ups and redirects. So make sure they are blocked, and it is also recommended It is also highly recommended that you attempt your test in a private window or incognito mode, because in that mode you won't have to worry about the extensions. So this is highly recommended. Then there should be no programs running in the background. The test should be the only window. That means that there should be no windows open beside the test window. If there are any windows open, then your test will surely be interrupted. Again, there should be no alerts, no badge notifications from emails or social profiles like Skype, WeChat, Facebook. So in my case, I logged out of all accounts. Sometimes you get an alert or a badge notification from your Skype or Facebook, right? So you don't want to get that while you're doing a test, so better log out of all those accounts. There should be no video software, no live streaming softwares or virtual meeting softwares like Zoom, etc. Because if they are there, then they will also interrupt in your test. So the simple trick is to log out of all accounts, which might send you any notification or an alert. Another very, very important thing is there should be no security checks or system updates because they are not in your control. We notice that all the time, that when we are working on our computer, we get the security check notices or system update notices or virus scans. But we don't want that while we are attempting our test, so we need to get rid of that as well. So you can go to your computer settings and then you just disable all those updates or security checks. In my case, I disabled the McAfee security check and other security checks or Windows updates or virus scan softwares. I just disabled them all. One more thing is, if your Windows license needs a renewal, then you get the notification every few hours. But if it happens during your test, then your test will be interrupted definitely, because they don't want any pop-ups, whether they are from Windows or virus scans or security checks. So make sure you don't have any of those things in your computer. Make sure you fix them too before you start your test. If you still have questions or confusions about the technical aspects of your test, then you can go to Duolingo's page and then you will find help on the bottom right corner of this page, and you can ask them any question and they will help you out. Now, when you're already taking your test, you should be careful about these things. You need to follow the instructions you're given at the start of the test. For example, you should not wear earphones or headphones. Your ears should be visible. Your face should be visible in the camera at all times. It should be fully visible, and you should not move your eyes or your head away from the camera. And then while you are doing your test, you should not leave full screen mode. And your cursor should not leave the screen, the center of the screen, and it should not go around the corners of the screen. If it does, then your test will be interrupted. Lastly, do not hit escape button at any time. Actually, you don't need to hit the escape button because there is no need, but still you have to be careful with your fingers while you're typing or attempting the test, right? So these are the technical requirements you all need to know before attempting a Duolingo English test. On this page, you can find links to the instruction for Google Chrome settings. So if you want to change your microphone or camera settings, you can go to this link right here, and then you can turn on or off your notifications, which is necessary to do while you're doing your Duolingo test. So you can go and find how to do it following this link. And then how to block pop-ups. You can go to this link and then you can find information about how to block pop-ups on your browser. You can also find the same links in my description box. That was the end of the tutorial about the browser setting and technical aspects of the Duolingo English test. And this is all you need to know about before you start taking your test. I hope you have learned from this tutorial. Good luck for your test and see you next time in another video. Thanks for watching.